guys, welcome back to the greatest Houston based podcast in the world. It's the Weekly D podcast. I'm your host, Danny G. And today we got a special guest with over 10,000 streams on Spotify. He's an aspiring actor, a musician, known for his songs like Umo Fumo, Love Me For You, Cravings. His newest one, It's Getting Messy. Allow me to introduce y'all to Mr. Gammy Gons. What's up,
Hello,
man?
hello. What's up?
Man, dude, it feels good to have you back on, dude. This has been a long coming podcast. I mean, we've been talking about this for months
I know.
now.
No. I was like,
It's
they never invited me back. They don't want me back. I was like, I'm gonna ask them myself.
now so a funny thing about that is we've been planning to do guests, but because we've been going through so many changes, and people coming in and out, unfortunately, Kyle decided to leave the podcast for personal reasons. So like we've been just restructuring everything and trying to get everyone back in the mix. So that's why it took us a minute to get you back on, but. Just like you,
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to it all week, man. I've really been looking forward to it. And I enjoyed the last conversation we had with you, and it's just great to have you on again, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. So let's get right into it. You look amazing. Like it looks like you've been on a whole fitness journey. I've been low key stalking your Instagram, watching this journey happen. I see you're on that grind every day. So how'd that come about?
Well, I've always been trying. Well, I've always tried to be as healthy as I can. But you go through those steps where you're like, you do great for 3 months and then you fuck up for two, and then you do great for two, then fuck up for three. So this time I wanted to. I feel like it's not really about, I guess, not getting smaller, but I'm the kind of person that when I know I'm unhealthy, I don't feel good. Because if I was, if I was, bigger and I felt fine, really wouldn't give a damn. But I don't feel, I know, I feel like my body knows when I feel good and when I don't. And I was like, nah, I gotta work out. But I got to the point where I just, now my body wakes me up like at 6 a.m. and I have to hit the gym and I gotta go. Otherwise, I'm not happy with it. So I have to work it. And I'm the kind of person that I have to really watch what I fucking eat, bro. Because inside, I'm still a big boy. So everybody can eat a burger every single day. If I eat a burger, that's it, game over for me. I would gain it and not get rid of it. I'm the only one from the family because everybody has a high metabolism and I don't, so I have to watch everything I fucking eat. It's like I was born to be a fucking vegan. I love working out, and I hated working out at first, but I feel like once you actually get the hang of it, you actually enjoy it. And especially if you have a really stressful job. I feel like everybody in fucking Houston does at this point. It's really good and you can't not go in the afternoon. And anybody who goes to the gym in the afternoon, I give them praise because once I get home, that's it. I'm done. I don't want to go out. I don't want to do anything. So I have to go in the mornings. So it's better because when you get rid of it, you have more energy. So it makes it easier for you to be healthier. It's a struggle to get into it, but once you're into it, your body automatically wakes you up and you're good for the rest of the day. But once 7 hits and you're home, that's it. You're not doing shit. But it's fine.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're the kind of person that goes a couple months and then you're like, nah, I gotta check myself. See, me, I used to be a really fit person. Like when I was younger, I always played sports. I was always athletic. But I had one of those periods where instead of 2 months, it turned into 2 years. Then I got good for a couple of years, and again. So now I'm over here, struggling with weight as well. And as you've been an inspiration to me, just watching your weight loss journey and how you're grinding every day. I see your posts at 5 a.m. every day, like, hey, I'm working out, and I'm just like, damn, I gotta get up, I gotta go do this. But
See, I love that. Yeah, a big part that I love. A lot of people message me how do you do it? What for tips and stuff. And I feel like that helps me get up too, because sometimes I just don't want to, and then I think of that one person that texted me yesterday on Instagram. I'm like, oh, let me go because they're gonna call me a slacker. Fuck it. But you had your time because I was in high school. Even after high school, I was not a healthy person, bro. I did not do sports. I didn't do shit. I feel like I missed out on so much. So y'all had y'all's turn. It's my turn right now.
There you go. You got that glow up. No, that's good, man. That's great. Like I said, you look great compared to last time. You didn't look bad last time. I'm not saying that, but you look great. You look like you're in great shape. Your skin's glowing. Like everything's just A1, man. Congratulations, and keep inspiring us, man. Like I said, I'm the opposite of
tomorrow.
Right? I'm gonna call you in the morning. Hey, Gammy. I didn't see your post, man. No, but it's awesome, man. See, I'm not really much of a morning person, so I work out after work now. I've been doing it for about 3 weeks now.
Oh, it's
But
good.
it's a grind, man. It's hard to start, but once you get started, like you said, you start feeling good. You know,
Pre-workout is good. If you don't have pre-workout, it's not gonna last. People they're like, I don't need pre-workout. Yes, you fucking do. I can't work out without pre-workout. Years.
yeah,
I have never worked out in years since without pre-workout.
yeah. No,
Like
it's so hard, man. At least drink like a couple cups of coffee or something before you start, right? If you don't got pre workout, huh?
do you take pre-workout?
I do sometimes. Right now I've just been sticking to coffee. Like
Coffee.
I've been
Oh,
using coffee. Yeah, probably not the best idea, but a couple
I
cups of
mean,
coffee.
I've never tried it. You know, it never stuck to my mind. I guess because of pre-workout, the gym. But that's interesting. I might
Yeah,
try
I
it.
mean, it helps in the morning, right? Or like for me, right? I like coffee, so
I
I will prefer to drink a cup of coffee in the morning than pre workout.
Yeah, I'm not a
Like,
coffee person, but I drink coffee because I have to. Because I'm not a morning person either, bro. Even after I take pre-workout, gym, and then coffee, because my
uh,
body's just not made for the morning. But
yeah. No, I was gonna ask you, how do you do it though? Because like, I've tried working out in the mornings, right? And that first
pre-workout,
week, that first week sucks. Like you're
well,
sleepy after working out.
no, yeah. Even the second one, yeah, it takes a while for you to do it. But even after, if you don't want to do it, you just can't sleep anymore. It's like your
hmm
body automatically knows that you have to be up. So you're like,
hmm
hey, fuck the alarm. No, like it's like you gotta get up. No, fuck,
You
I
gotta
can't
get up.
sleep. Pre-workout
Yeah.
helps a lot. It's once you start taking it, because I take like it depends on which one you get because I will run 5 miles like what even if I don't have
Holy
energy with
shit!
pre-workout. But if I don't take pre-workout, I can't fucking do shit.
No, they're
I
just
can't.
dragging ass.
Hell yeah, my body was not made for the gym, so I need pre-workout.
I got you.
But if
Uh,
coffee helps, yeah, I'm about to fucking try that shit.
yeah, I mean, like I said, it works for me. I know working out works differently for everybody. Everyone has
Yeah,
their own style, their own thing to do. But for me, it's worked out. It
tomorrow
hasn't been too
coffee.
bad.
That's what I'm gonna do tomorrow.
Just don't pack it with sugar, you know,
Ah,
because
shit.
that's what gets you when you pack it with sugar. It like defeats the purpose of drinking
Does it
coffee.
really?
Yeah, because it makes you crash. The sugar makes you crash.
So you're not supposed to add sugar to coffee?
I put
Is
very
that why I
little
don't wake
sugar.
up with fucking coffee? Is that what's happening? Because I've always
It could
been
be.
wondering because I have coffee, and I'm like, why do I feel
So
more?
so here's the thing, like if you put a lot of sugar in your coffee and it's the first thing you drink in the morning, your body's gonna want sugar all day. Like because that was the first thing it took in. So when you drink coffee, if you're drinking it first thing in the morning, you want to have it with the least amount of sugar possible. So your body
Wow,
doesn't crave all that sugar. But
that
yeah.
makes so much sense.
Yeah, dude. For the longest, dude, I used to pack my coffee with sugar too,
Yeah,
and
because the way I like my coffee is not tasting like coffee.
gotcha.
So
So
you're
so
putting the
you're
whole
like,
fucking creamer shit in there.
uh
I'll be buying those. I go to the store just to buy the creamers that are like fucking Snicker flavor, olive, whatever, like shit
uh-huh.
that you know it's not gonna taste like coffee. That's the ones I get. Fruity Pebbles,
Uh-huh.
but I don't like coffee
That's
flavors. But
funny.
now that makes so much sense why it's not fucking working for me.
Yeah, so you're just like my wife, man. My wife does a shitload of milk with a little bit of
I think
coffee,
we
and
had
I'm
the
like,
conversation before. Yeah, that's me.
so yeah, so maybe that's why it doesn't work
Yeah, that makes so
either.
much sense, honestly. Yeah. Wow. I'm
Yeah.
mind blown.
But yeah, man. Besides your fitness journey, I mean, you've released an album this year since the last time we talked to you,
I
uh,
did.
which was an amazing album. I loved it. It was crap. Why is the name slipping? I know it's Nocturnal. Oh man, it's
Oh,
slipping. I just
brutal
listened to it too.
nostalgia.
Brutal
Brutal.
nostalgia. There we go. I'm so sorry. I literally just listened to it too, and I was like, man, remember the name. Remember the name. But I mean, you had a lot of tracks on there with a lot of different people. How it feel to finally release that album? Because I know it was
So
special to you.
a lot of songs there is crazy because a lot of them were re-releases. That
hmm
I guess when I first started releasing music, my following wasn't as big as it is now. That I was like, you know what? I'm kind of mad that these people are not listening to those original tracks. So I was like, fuck it, I'm
hmm
gonna re-release them and just not say they're fucking old. And I released it, and so many people were like, "Oh, I really like this song," and even like some of my
hmm
friends, and I'm like, That was released in 2019, but thank you. Because so like a lot of them, and I mean the album itself on like the first 2 weeks got like 300,000 streams. So that
Mhm.
I was like, wow. So I mean, it was a good idea to do it because I was like, fuck it, I want them to listen to it. They're one of my favorite songs. So I had a
Yeah.
lot of features, and I was already working on a different album, the one that's gonna be released soon. That
Mhm.
some of the tracks there were gonna be on this one, but they just didn't fit. So I wanted to just give them their own like project. So I was like, you know what, let me try do the newest ones I've released and then add those and those re-releases and just fucking call it an album. So it
Yeah.
was nothing planned. It was like I thought about it like that same month and I was like, you know what? Let me just fucking do that shit. And
Oh,
Brutal
but
Nostalgia was the title of an album that I was working in 2019 that got scrapped. So I was just like, fuck
okay.
it, I'll use that, and that's how that happened.
I mean, that was perfect though, because you had some
Yeah,
throwbacks, some newer release singles. I mean, it
yeah,
was a good mix of everything. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I listened to it a few times throughout the since you've released it, and I listened to it today again. Just to
thank you.
refresh my memory on it. And I was like, man, I really like this album. I like the mix of the songs you had. You had a
Every
ton of
single-
features,
Oh yeah,
and
almost. I think all of them but one was
yeah,
well, they're all features.
yeah, no, but it was good, man. I love that you put that song "Volver" that you did mostly in Spanish with
Yeah,
Lisa. That one was dope. Cravings is dope. Love Me For You is one of my favorite songs that you've done. Umo
yeah, it's
Fumo
almost. It's my
with
high.
Badass Jefferson. I
Oh
mean,
hell yeah,
it was a great mashup of music. Like it was perfect. It was perfect, and the title. I mean, Brutal Nostalgia, perfect for an album full of like throwbacks and
yeah,
new music that you made. That's really
yeah.
dope.
Thank you. Yeah, that was fun. I mean, I had to really think of how I was gonna place them because they're very fuck. Every song is different because I can't
Hmm.
stick to a genre a lot of times. So I'm always like
Hmm.
pop, reggaeton, and then going back to whatever. And so I was like, fuck, maybe I'll do like Spanish, English. Or it was hard
Hmm.
to really fix in there, but I was just like, I don't know. Should I go from like oldest to new? But I feel like at the end of
Hmm.
the day, it worked. I was thinking more of like the message of the song, and I was like, let me see what kind of mood they're going, like pick up and go. But I
Hmm.
mean, it worked out at the end. At the end, I finished it with the only solo single I have.
Hmm.
So I mean, I liked it. People really enjoyed it, so I was happy I
Yeah.
did that.
No, yeah, it was awesome, man. I really liked the project. What was your favorite song on the album?
Damn. Um, My favorite song overall, I think it was "What's Love," the first one, with
Hmm.
Cleva. That was like probably the first song I released that I was just okay. This is when I finally started feeling like I found my sound. So
Hmm.
everything before then got deleted off streaming platforms, and I really hope it's never found. And it will. I know it will because there's some sites and I'm like, what the fuck is it doing here? But
Right.
I'm like that song's my favorite. Just it's I don't know. It caught me off guard when I first heard it. Like when it was being mixed, I was like, oh shit, it actually sounds like how I wanted it to sound.
Hmm.
Originally, you would make music and it never sounded the way that in your mind did because you never found that producer that got you. So that was the
Hmm.
first time I found someone that got my idea, and I was like, yo, like this is really dope. And it was the first time people was like, oh, started taking me seriously.
Hmm.
So that's my favorite. But I mean, I really like every single one of them. I think Omofumo from a Spanish song, it just never gets old for me, and a lot of people really
Yeah.
enjoy it. Every time we play it, it doesn't matter if you speak Spanish or not. People really get into it. So
Hmm.
I always get excited to end the shows with that song. And I mean, "Love Me for You," I really love that it's in there because it's like my most popular on Spotify. Because that one hit
Oh,
over
is it?
100K by itself.
Hmm.
It's my highest stream song on my profile and CA's too. So that makes me
Yeah.
happy that
Yeah,
we share
that's
that.
dope too. Shout out to CA. I love that
Yeah,
guy too.
thank you.
He's doing
No,
big
thank
things as well.
for sure.
But yeah, no, that's awesome. And now you got the newest single, "Messy," or "It's Getting Messy."
It's
How'd
shit
that
is
one come
getting
about? That
messy.
that one looked like you had so much fun just coming up with the
Oh,
concept, the
it,
little beef y'all did on Instagram.
oh my god, that's how I'm not made for this industry. So we kind of planned it. So, but it was supposed to last like a week until the
Hmm.
release. But the very next day, I was like, hell no, we're gonna need to tell people that shit is coming out because I was getting so many DMs of like people attacking me and people saying shit. I'm kind of sensitive. I was like, say more. I was like, we need to tell him the truth because I can't, and I can't. It's fake and stuff, but and we
Uh-huh.
were not answering because I know he was getting a lot of messages too. I was like, yeah, I know. it's not that serious for me to be taking it right now. So we're just okay. All my friends, my phone was blowing up. Like, what's going on? And only
Yeah.
people who knew the title of the song, they're like, wait, this is not true.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, okay. But I mean, people really got into it and then got the song, the streams that we wanted it to be too.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, it worked. People really like the fucking drama. So, but
Mhm.
nah, I'm never doing that shit again. It was too much fucking stress. It was hell.
I know. I saw it. I was like, man, Cammy's beefing with someone. I was like, that doesn't seem like him. But
I was like, I'm a good actor, but I can't take it. I was like, no.
I was like, that doesn't seem like him, but we'll go with it, I guess.
No, it was really fun, and it's funny because the song has nothing to do with like beef or anything. But I was like,
Hmm.
messy, whatever. But it's I was excited to release it, but it's a collection of this whole project I'm doing, where
Hmm.
the new album is called "I Can't Afford Therapy," and each
Ooh.
song title is like a topic, like a therapy session topic.
Hmm.
So the first one that I released like a couple weeks ago, that one's called "Lonely." So it
Hmm.
starts off like with a session, and it goes like from each topic. So the third one is going to be a different topic, and most of them are already done, but
Hmm.
we're doing a little. I wouldn't say a short film for the album, but it's a little story that goes with
Oh,
every
that's
single
dope.
song together. Yeah, I'm
Uh-huh.
really excited. It's a lot of fucking work, but
So, so is the album gonna have skits in it? Like, or
yes,
your? Oh, that's
yeah.
so
So that's
badass.
yeah, and it's so hard to pretty much mix each song with the rest, or how is that going to fit in, and because
Hmm.
I want to shoot music videos for it, but at the same time it's like it wouldn't really make sense if they have different topics, so I really have to
Hmm.
execute each single song and how they release it the right way. So it's a little complicated, but it's been fun. It's definitely my favorite album so far, because it's like some real shit that we're talking, but at the
Hmm.
same time the sound's so much fun, because I've been really into like I call it ecstasy or Molly music.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
rock, it's a lot of rock in there, and that's why I'm like, you know what, I actually really like it, because I've never was like a rock person. Maybe back in the
Hmm.
day, like Simple Plan days, but I didn't
Hmm.
think I sounded good singing rock. But then once we started doing it, I was like, oh shit, it's fucking fire. So it's awesome. I don't know how to say it. It's a new experience. People are actually really gonna like this one,
Hmm.
so I'm excited for that one. So
Dude, I can see the excitement in your face. That's
yeah.
awesome. To see that you're that excited for it makes me more excited
Hell
to
yeah!
hear it
Yeah, I
when
can't
it
wait
comes
to
out.
receive. Yeah, because I wanted to add like acting to this, because it's very personal. And
Hmm.
every story is like, I talk things that I'm like, why are you doing that as an adult? But I'm like, I need people to understand that every single song I'm writing from like the perspective of when I was younger.
Hmm.
So even for Messi, is like I don't do that stuff anymore. So I just want everybody to say it was when I was like my early like teens, 20s.
Hmm.
But it's gonna be really fun. I'm really
Yeah,
excited.
that's
Not a
awesome,
lot of
man.
features, but enough features. I know I really want to get CA in there. I did
Hmm.
send him a song a few days ago, like a really cool rock song that he really likes. So I think hopefully
Hmm.
that ends up being part of it. The song's already finished, but if he wants to add himself in it, it'll be fucking dope. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be really
yeah,
cool.
that'll be really cool. And then he seems like he's playing with new sounds too. Because
He is.
I was
That's
I
how
was on
he
his
is.
TikTok and I saw him doing a rock song, and I was like, okay,
Yeah,
like I dig this. I love that you guys are constantly like innovating your sound and trying
yeah,
new things, and you aren't scared to try new things, right? Because a lot of people like they find their sound and that's it. Like they
yeah.
put
I can't
themselves in
do
a
it.
box, and you seem to like do the exact opposite. You try something
Yeah,
new
I'm
all the
so
time.
aggressive. Yeah,
Every song you make is different. Like I love that though, because
yeah.
you
It
have
keeps me
different
going. It keeps
vibes.
me motivated. Yeah, because if you do the same thing over and over, you kind of get bored of it, and I don't want to get
Hmm.
bored. And that's how that song came to be with him, that I sent it over, because I saw him doing rock, and I was like, yo, like I'm doing the same thing right now. He's like, yeah. So
Hmm.
every time I'm doing like the same genre, for some reason, without telling each other, we're always doing the same fucking like type
Yeah,
of music at the same times. So that was really dope, and I need a Love Me For You Part 2. So that's
there we
gonna be
go.
fun.
That'll be super dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that'll
The
be
next one's
awesome.
called the next song that's gonna be released is called "I Think I Got High," and that's like probably right now my favorite from
Okay,
the album. I put
okay.
a little teaser of it yesterday, and a lot of people started DMing me, and I
Hmm.
put it on TikTok, like a little sound of it, and people really enjoyed it. So I'm really excited. It's very different from
Okay,
like anything.
bet, dude. I'm gonna add that to the in post production to this. That way people can hear it when they listen to the
Oh yeah,
podcast.
fucking love it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's super dope, dude. I love that you guys are back to making music and everything and just like grinding it out, man. It seems
Yeah, for
like
sure.
you're hitting this next level of your career where you're just loving what you're doing and just bringing out the best that you
Yeah,
have, and it's awesome, man.
yeah,
That's
definitely. I
awesome
think
to
it comes with
hear.
age too. That the older you get, the less time you want to waste.
Hmm.
So it does come with that as well.
Yeah, oh for sure. But yeah, no, I'm excited for the project. Like I said, Messi seemed like you had so much fun with
Yeah,
it. Like just
that
seeing
was
everything y'all did, the fake beef, it just seemed like you're. It seems like you're just having a blast and living life to the best, man. I see your
yeah,
Instagram too. You got pictures of you on a boat. You got like you're just living life, man. That's
yeah.
awesome.
It's yeah. I'm meeting a lot of people along the way. I
Hmm.
feel like that's how I'm growing too, or like finding like happiness. People, God sends people your way that are like, okay, yeah, with the
Hmm.
universe. But yeah, I'm having fun. They're having fun, and we're having fun together. So I'm
That's
excited.
awesome, man. That's awesome. That's really good. And so I see that Chucky behind you. And before we started, we were talking about horror movies and stuff.
What's
And
crazy? I feel like it was facing the other way when this shit started, and I just want to go back to the fucking video. It's not, I'm like, I'm just not trying to think about it because I'm like, what the fuck? It
you
wasn't.
know, like Chucky has always freaked me out. So when I see the dog, I try not to like stare at it directly because I feel like he's looking at me.
Maybe that's what it felt it.
Right? He felt the energy. As long as you don't blink at me, we're good, dude. No, but I know you're really big into slash movies. Before we started, we were talking about Scream. And I got one question for you. It's almost the end of August. We got a couple more months to October. What's the Halloween costume looking like this year?
Fuck. So I usually never do just one. I try to always do like two or three. Halloween is my favorite holiday.
Hmm.
Uh, I did Chucky and Scream last year. Well, I did three last year. I did like a cowboy thing, and then I
Hmm.
did Scream. Was that last year? Or was that year before?
I think it was the year before when we had you on the very first time.
Wow,
Where
shit.
you did Scream with the boots?
Yeah, was that 2 years ago?
I think so.
Oh, shit. Yo, I yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was here then, but I always try to do more than two. And whenever I did Chucky, I feel like I was not satisfied with it, so I
Hmm.
want to redo it the right way.
Okay.
I didn't take it out. I just because I went to like I had three parties that same day, so I did like Chucky for the first one, then I
Hmm.
did one, and then I did Scream for the last party. So I want to redo Chucky and actually take it out. So I think that's one of the ones I'm gonna do. I can't do. You can only do Scream once. That it gets
Yeah.
old. But Chucky, I feel like you can redo over and over. But I don't know.
Hmm.
I've always wanted to be Elvis Presley, so I kind of want to do that this
Oh,
year.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I never got to do it because I was never comfortable enough to be in that fucking white
That
tight
tight
ass.
ass suit.
Still, I'm putting it on. I'm like, oh hey, no, take it back. Who knows?
Oh, that's
But yeah.
awesome.
What do you want to do this year?
I don't know.
For you,
So I got married last year, right? So like this year, I'm thinking of a couple's costume. Yeah, and I'm not sure just yet. We're thinking maybe doing something silly like Mike and Sully from Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm not sure yet. I kind of
Chucky and
like that
Scream.
one.
Me, you just got married. The Bride of Chucky.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't think about that one. That one's a
That'd
good
be
one.
good.
Yeah, yeah. So and then like we have our own place now, so I'm gonna decorate the apartment with some like classic
Cool.
slashers. And, I'm gonna put some vinyls up with like different slashers on the windows and all
Funny
fun
how you
stuff
say
like
that's
that.
how my decorate because Halloween, but that's exactly how my apartment is just because all year.
Just because, no, it's crazy. So I got married, right? And my wife hates Halloween, but because she grew up in a super religious household, right? So Halloween's not her thing. She's more of a Christmas person, but I love Halloween, so I get to decorate the house for all of October. So I'm gonna go crazy with it.
That's the rule.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go
Um,
crazy with it. I'm gonna have slashers everywhere. It's gonna
yeah,
be
I
a
was
good
never
time.
allowed because I was raised very Catholic, and
Hmm.
so I was never allowed to do none of that stuff. So now that I have my own place, I'm like, yeah, nah, we're getting that whole experience I never had as a kid.
Right? No, I was raised super Catholic too. It must be like a old school Mexican thing, right? You get raised super Catholic, and they're like, "Is it a demonio? You're not trick or treating. You're not doing this and that." Then as soon as
Yeah,
you get out the house, fuck it.
we got to do like trick or treating stuff, but I mean, I never really enjoyed trick or treating. That was
Yeah.
never really my thing, and I don't like giving out candy either. But I
Hmm.
like going out to like I guess as an adult going out to parties and on costume and shit, having everybody see. That's my type of thing.
Hmm. Oh, dude, I love the costume parties and I love haunted houses. Like that's my favorite
I
thing. I
love.
love going to haunted houses.
Yeah, I
When I was
never really
real,
seen it, but I love going.
yeah, dude, it's my favorite thing. And then like, so when I was younger, I lived in California, and we used to go to Universal Studios for Hollywood Horror Nights.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think if maybe this year I'll get to do that, like fly out to California or Florida, do the
That'd be
Hollywood Studios one. If not
yeah.
Six Flags, I've never been to the
Yeah.
Six Flags one.
I love Six Flags and I go a lot, but I've never gone to the Oktoberfest that they do. And every year I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, this year I'm gonna go, this year I'm gonna go, and I never fucking go. So if the Universal sounds really fun, but if not, I'm gonna go to fucking Six Flags. This year is the year I'm gonna go to Six Flags.
Exactly. I feel the same way, dude. So I went to Six Flags during COVID, which was the stupidest idea ever. Because we paid all this money for Fight Fest and like nothing happened because they only did it for like 30 minutes at the end of the night, and I was so pissed off.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let Six Flags redeem themselves, and hopefully this year they have a badass haunted house.
I went during the holidays during Christmas time, and that was I was actually really surprised of how well they did it. They had
Hmm.
like marshmallow stands, and it was the fake snow everywhere, and it was
Hmm.
pretty nice. You know,
Oh, that's
I
pretty cool.
I like the holidays. I love Christmas and stuff. I was not my favorite. I love Christmas music. I work out to Christmas music. That's fucking crazy. But I guess I mean it makes you happy, but I don't like the cold.
Yeah, I'd rather have the cold than the hot, man. This
I
heat's crazy right now.
I do, but I don't want to be outside in either or. I hate both. I hate both equally. There's not like I
Uh-huh.
prefer this or the other. Both can die. I just let's just do all year.
There you go. No, that's awesome though. Well, I've never been for Christmas. Maybe I'll have to do that
Yeah, it's really
sometime.
nice.
Yeah, awesome. I'm gonna definitely put that on my list of things to do.
Yeah, your wife will like it if she likes. She's into Christmas.
Oh, she loves Christmas and roller coasters, man. So I think she'll
Yeah,
have a blast.
that's perfect. See, it would suck if your wife didn't like roller coasters. Everybody I know hates roller coasters, and it pisses me off.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so
Yeah,
frustrating to me, man. I love the thrill of a roller coaster. It's always a
same.
good time. But you said
I love
you listen to Christmas music to work out? Hold on. I can't let you go by
it.
without that. What's your workout playlist then?
Oh my god. So
Dude,
it depends on the mood. Because today, what I worked out to. Oh shit, where's my Spotify? Spotify or Apple? What do you use?
Spotify all the way.
Okay.
Spotify is the best. At least in my opinion.
This was my playlist today. It was The Mistletoe by Justin Bieber, Chris Winter, Let It Snow, Campana sobre Campana is the fucking Christian Christmas music. All I Want for Christmas. That was my playlist for the day, for the
Yeah.
gym.
Let me
It just
find
makes
out
me
you had
happy.
let me find out you had me burrito sabanero on there too.
I do! I do. That's my favorite Christmas song. Yep, right there.
That one's your
Campana.
favorite? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
Burritos.
one.
I used to perform it a lot. I went to school in Mexico. I was born here, but I got sent a lot
Hmm.
over there. So I went to a lot of my elementary was in Mexico. That's where I learned
Hmm.
Spanish. So that I would perform that every fucking like perform holiday party they had
Uh-huh.
over there. So I
That's
love
what's
it.
up. Did y'all do a
Bruno
lot of
song.
posadas and stuff when you grew up?
Hmm. The
Yeah.
matachines and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did all of that.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, same way. Like I grew up in California. I lived in Mexico for a little while, and then moved to Texas when I started middle school. No, junior high. So around like 13, 14. But yeah, I
Okay.
had a similar experience. Like all the posadas, like the matachines.
1 to 5 in the morning to sing to the Virgin Mary.
Yeah. Even when I moved here to Texas, man, the church in Rosenberg my parents used to go to. We used to go every year. For like
December
a midnight
12th.
vigil. Oh man, it was good times, good times.
It's a beautiful time.
It really is, and
Yeah.
that's awesome. You're first generation, right? Like you're a first generation Hispanic.
I am, yes. Because my
Yeah.
parents were born over there. But now I have so many nieces and nephews that they're because me and my brother we're first generation, but my
Hmm.
sister's not. She was raised here, but she was born in Mexico. So I'm first generation, and then my nieces and nephews are also first generation. So it fucks me up.
Oh,
But then
that's
my
funny.
brother's kids, they're mixed because his
Uh-huh.
wife is already second generation, and he is first generation. So his kids
Mhm.
are both fourth generation and second generation. So I'm like, what the fuck?
That's
So
what's
I'm like, I don't know, yeah, but I am.
Oh, that's cool, man. Do you feel like being first generation has changed your perspective on how you handle your career or like how you
A
see a
lot.
hustle? Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's good and bad at the same time because I don't know where my priorities should stand, I guess you can say, or
Hmm.
who I should be making music for. Sometimes it's like,
Hmm.
oh, I want to make music for like my people and where I come from, and sometimes you're like, you know what, no, because I was born here and make pop
Hmm.
English music, but you're like torn in between, so you do both because you don't know.
Hmm.
But then I'm actually not that accepted in like, English like in the English pop music part because my Spanish music does way better. I'm
Hmm.
surprised these two songs did as good as they're doing right now because
Hmm.
usually my Spanish songs I was so surprised of how well they did when I first started releasing because I started releasing
Gotcha.
English music first and it was okay, but then when I released Spanish music, it's like Latinos really do push your music and do support you
Hmm.
way more. And then I went back to English and I was like, oh shit, but it was also Latino, so it's like I feel like I wasn't as accepted into like making
Gotcha.
music as
You
making
know,
English music. I feel like I
that's
wasn't allowed.
funny. That's funny you say that because who was it? Was it Bun B who was talking about that recently? Where he's like, the Hispanic group tends to push your music so hard and they fuck with you.
Yeah,
Like they're gonna push you,
they
push you,
can too,
push you.
though. They can fuck you up too if you just say
Oh yeah,
the wrong shit. So
yeah.
I have to.
You see what happened to who is it?
Lisa,
Yalitza? Oh my god, dude, they
I'm not allowed to
disowned
talk
her.
about Brandy where everybody's like skip that song. I was like,
I feel
feel
the same way. I was listening to a song the other day, and my brother hopped in my car. And he's like, "Nah, fam." He's like, "You either change that, or I'm getting out the car." I was like, "Damn, it's like that."
people leave me alive when I speak about this, but listen, the way I feel about this, I don't. Her siblings are old enough to know what the fuck they were saying. It's like
Hmm.
even if you feel that way, you don't fucking say that. Not
Yeah.
in camera, but um, I don't blame her. I blame their fucking parents for the way they raised their kids because I feel like you should know
Hmm.
better. But she's 16. She's a little
Hmm.
kid. Everybody was
Yeah.
like, "No, she's not 16." I was like, "She's a little kid." But little kids say dumb shit. I said a lot of dumb shit
Yeah.
growing up, and
We all did.
they make Mexican music, but I feel like the way their parents were raised, it was okay for you to like be a little whitewashed. They never
Hmm.
got
Hmm.
corrected. For me, it was like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're not white. You're not
Right.
this." But I mean, I knew I was American. They never stopped me from embracing my American side, but they always made
Hmm.
it aware, where I came from. So I'm really
Yeah.
grateful. It's just like it's okay if you don't like Mexican food and you're Mexican. That's fine. I love it,
Hmm.
but it's okay if you don't. But you don't go to like your
The
country and
big.
do all that shit.
Yeah.
That was dumb. But at the same time, you're ignorant, but you're a kid. That's the time
Yeah.
that you're allowed to be ignorant. But since she has a big name right now, everybody's like, "Oh hell no, let's fucking ruin her." But I'm like, she's a fucking kid. She's ignorant. Hell fuck
Yeah.
yeah, it was fucking stupid. But she's a kid. Now her
Yeah.
siblings are old enough. I can fucking like talk for them. But as a kid, I mean, I don't really think much of it because okay, so she doesn't like Mexican food. That's fine. I was like,
Hmm.
not everybody's gonna fucking like it. Yeah, what she did was
Yeah.
fucked up. It's not. It's got to
Well,
the point that it's still too
well,
much.
I think there's been an overreaction to it though.
hmm
Like, I mean, it was a little disrespectful and it was
It
out of
was, but
line.
they're kids.
But
We're
they're,
kids. Like my fucking nieces and nephews, because they're at that
mhm,
same age. They say the dumbest shit in the world that if they were famous, they would get canceled every fucking day. But I
yeah,
feel like this generation is way more fucking sensitive than what we had back in the day. We
yeah,
can't do shit
yeah.
to say shit now. We can't have movies that we like anymore. We can't have nothing because everybody just wants to fucking cancel you. So
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I really don't care. I'm still gonna fucking play the song because the fuck.
I like their music. I mean, I still they have one of the best songs that was produced like this year. I
Fuck
mean,
yeah.
and I
Like
mean, it's true. And the other thing that sucks is like they're American kids, right? Like
yeah, they're American. Yeah.
they grew up in America, and their parents probably didn't teach
Washington. Out of all
them
places, Washington. Come on now, the White
right,
House.
right, and their parents probably didn't teach them anything about their culture. And I mean, just
Yeah.
look at Texas for the longest time. It was frowned upon to be Hispanic, and
Yeah.
now you meet older generation Texans that they're like, oh no, I'm not Mexican, or I'm not this, I'm not that. Similar situation. It's just, they were taught to not be Mexican, like they're taught to be
Yeah, exactly.
whitewashed.
Does it bother me? Fuck yeah, it bothers me because I'm like,
Oh, it drives
you
me
know, but
crazy, right?
it drives
But
me crazy. At the same time, we were raised differently, so
exactly. I mean, being
it
first
all comes from
generation,
home.
we have a different mentality and different everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even like our work ethic, like I've noticed first generation kids, like our work ethic is we're workaholics. And my wife
Hell
hates that about
yeah.
me, right? So my wife always gets on me because she's like, "Oh, you're always working. You get off of work, you go straight to podcasting, and go straight to this, straight to that, straight to this." And I was like, "But like me
We're
personally,
not
if
allowed to
I'm
sleep at home.
yeah, it was like me personally, like my dad, every time I see him, he's always working. He's always doing something. Every
Same.
time I see
Yeah.
my mom, they're always doing something. So they never let me just chill and relax. So I struggle with relaxing. Like I can't just chill on the couch and watch a movie because I'm just like, oh
Even
fuck,
if I
like
wanted to, it's like my body doesn't let me.
yeah, like I gotta pick up my phone and send text messages, send emails, or like check my
Promotes or
calendar.
something, yeah.
Yeah, like it's crazy how that little thing, right? Being born to immigrant parents really changes a lot of things for
Oh
us.
yeah, hell yeah. I'm proud of it. I'm grateful that's the way I was
Hmm.
raised, and hopefully I'm gonna lie to my kids and say I was an immigrant. That's exactly how I'm gonna raise them.
Right?
No, this is what happened back then when I had to cross. I'm gonna raise them lying until they're older. That way they raise their
Yeah.
kids like first generation. I'm gonna lie to your kids and pass it along.
Hmm. No, that's one of the things that's really important to me. So like I've like been working on this project with my parents where every weekend that I go visit them, I sit down with them with the recorder and I have them tell me stories of their life. And my goal is to, eventually have like hundreds of hours of just stories that they've told me and, how they crossed the border, how they did all these things. And eventually, I don't know if I'll make it into an audiobook or what, or just keep it for my family. But it's really important for me to have those stories
Oh,
to
beautiful.
pass them on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a really good idea.
yeah. Because you don't know when they're gonna go, right? Parents
Yeah,
get old, and
I think about that
eventually,
every single day.
yeah.
Sadly, the older you get, it's like your parents are getting older, and in my mind, I'm a mama's boy, so my mom's always in my mind. So I'm like,
Hmm.
I see an older person working, and I think of my mom, or I think of them like, "Ah, I'm running out
Yeah,
of time.
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I swear, like it trips me out, and I don't know. Just a little personal project that I've been working on. Same thing with my mom's cooking. Like my mom cooks amazing, traditional as fuck.
every
But
Mexican mom,
if I
my
ask
God.
her, teach me how to make this, like she doesn't know a recipe or anything. So I've also been doing a little project where I
Tírale,
record.
tírale nomás. I was like,
Yeah, yeah, un puñito
what?
aquí, un pedazo. So like what I've been doing is I've been recording her like making meals and just like
Uh,
seeing how she does it, just so I have all that like in a big old database to pass down
yeah,
from
that's
generation
beautiful.
to generation.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'll make it into an audiobook way down the line or something and just pass it on. But it's
Yeah,
very special for me and for my family to pass that down.
that's actually really really nice. I love that.
Hmm. Yeah, that's dope. But anyways, let's get back to you. Um, I wanted to ask you because I know you're a really big Britney Spears fan, and I just want to know what you think about like her whole situation right now. Because me personally, I think she's a clone at this point. It does not look like Britney
Our
anymore.
hearts. Um, I feel like the only people who really know is like people who really know her,
Hmm.
And I actually do have a lot of conversations with people who are like big Britney fans, like same
Hmm.
conversation. We all think the same. We know it's her. The thing is that the media has given it so much attention that yeah, she doesn't look the same, but the thing is that people have to think about is that her family and her team drugged her every single day against her will for years. Of
Hmm.
course your face is gonna change, your skin is gonna change, your eyes are gonna change. And they fucked her up. They really did. And but she does the same stuff, like the same all that dancing that she does. If you watch her tours and people that have gone to her shows or have
Hmm.
seen her going over the years since we were like kids, she did that her whole career. And
Hmm.
back then it was like, oh, she's doing it on a stage and everybody's like enjoying it. But now that she's doing it in her living room, they're like, oh, she's fucking crazy. But she's really been doing the same dance moves, the same twirling her whole career.
Hmm.
But now since the media pointed her to, oh, she was in conservatorship, they fucked her up, she's mental, now it's weird. But it's not weird for us because we've seen her do it her whole life. But I
Hmm.
feel like you wouldn't know that unless you're a fan. And yeah, she sadly, she doesn't look well, but that's because they really did fuck her up, with all
Yeah.
these drugs, and it really is fucking sad,
It is
because she
sad
was
though, right? Because she doesn't look like she's all there anymore. Like,
no, and she even says, like they took half her fucking soul, even if she's
mhm.
okay, like once they break you, like you just it's like you're
It's
dead
hard to come
inside,
back.
and it sucks,
Yeah.
since she's now the divorce and everything, that woman
Hmm.
cannot break, and it sucks because she was very humble, her whole career, like she was
Hmm.
good to everybody, and she was a very like good person. She gave a lot to like the charities and schools and stuff, and for her
Hmm.
to go through all that shit, I guess only the universe and God know why who they picked to go through these struggles, but it's fucking sad, honestly, because there's celebrities that
Yeah.
were fucking horrible, but the thing I feel like that's one. It's a really good lesson for up and coming artists that want to grow. It's because you see her and then you see Beyonce, right? For example,
Hmm.
Beyonce was managed by her dad, but then she was, what, you're fired. I'm gonna take over myself because I know what I want. And she
Hmm.
controlled everything, right? Britney trusted her family because she was so nice. She let everybody do everything. They all fucked her over. So I'm
Yeah.
like, you can't be nice. You can't trust people. You really have to be watching your back the whole time because even though you think these people really want the best for you, it's really not true. So
Hmm.
it's better for you to just fucking be a bitch and really just fire everybody and start all over and see
Hmm.
what's best for you instead of being really nice because look how that turned out to be. And they were
Yeah.
the same fame wise, they were here. This bitch
Hmm.
went boom, and then they sent her to
Fizzled
a
out. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking
No,
sad,
and
honestly.
I agree with you on that end because like you always have your friends and family, right? And it's
Yeah,
great to start with them. They're great to get you to a certain point. But I
yeah,
firmly do believe like as your career grows and as you become more of a business, like it's very important to get someone that's not in your circle and
yeah,
someone
definitely.
that's hired, that's paid to do these things because
Yeah,
they're getting a paycheck from you already. Like they have
exactly.
no other
Yeah.
interest rather than get their paycheck from you.
Hmm.
And I mean, I know it sucks, but every time I listen to different artists talk about it, or like that Mexican OT, for example, he was recently on a podcast and he said, he's like, yeah, I had all my friends and everything helping me manage stuff, but I realized at some point that, I had to cut them loose, get new management, and try to find ways to bring them up with me. So he like brings up his
Exactly. Yeah.
producers
I
and
would never
stuff.
want to leave them. Just okay, you help me here, go away. It's more like, okay, we're gonna grow together, and then when you have
Hmm.
enough, I'll help you start your own business, but we gotta, separate
Yeah,
business from family and friendship
from
because yeah,
family. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah, I
because
don't want to.
it gets
I would
tricky when you
never.
get family, especially when you got to go to Thanksgiving and your whole family's there, and someone's
Yeah,
salty because they did something or they got let
exactly.
go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's
It's
interesting. I like your point of view on that, though. And I had to ask you. I was like, he's such a big Britney fan. Like, let me get how an actual Britney fan feels about this.
every single day I'm going through her, like, and then
Because,
divorce. I mean, we were waiting for that divorce to happen and stuff, but
hmm,
even the fact that you don't even have like a sister to go to because even your sister fucked you over. It's just like, you
yeah,
don't have
that's
anybody.
so
You don't have
crazy.
anybody. That's fucking
Yeah.
sad. I
Yeah,
get
no,
shit
it's a very
happens.
sad situation. It really is. I just, like I said, I wanted to get your opinion on it because
Yeah,
I know you're a
I
huge
don't. She's not
fan.
cloned though. When if she was cloned, they would have her in actual stadiums actually dancing and actually being normal. They would not
Oh,
have
that's
her in a
true.
box for the media to talk. It wasn't smart
Yeah,
enough to clone someone and put them like that.
yeah. No, I just had to see if I caught you off guard or not.
Yeah, I've been asked that, but I was like, if she was cloned, yeah, she would be over there setting stadiums.
No, but it's crazy, like the conspiracies about them, like where they
Yeah.
say that she has a filter on and it's not really her or
You know what's
stuff
funny? The
like that.
reason I laugh is because sometimes I use filters and I'm doing a video and my whole face
Hmm.
turns with me. So I'm
Yeah.
like, it happens to everybody. You use filters. If you use them a lot, I use them a lot, especially on TikTok. And
Hmm.
then I'm like, oh fuck, I have to delete it because my whole fucking lips went this way and then my eyes went this way. So I'm like, no, it's dumb. People just want to find something to talk about.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. Like, I mean, I'm one of those people that I love conspiracies. I love
Me
like
too. Oh
just
yeah.
seeing what people are talking about, like the whole
Yeah.
Hawaii
The
thing.
comments are like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
scheme.
Yeah, like the conspiracy that Oprah had something to do with the Hawaii thing, like because her house didn't catch on fire, but
Oh
everything
yeah,
else on the
yeah.
island did.
Uh,
Yeah, I love that shit, man. I live for that. I think that's the Hispanic in us, right? We like the cheese
I
myth.
just mean for real. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
All right, Gabby. So we're about 45 minutes in. I think this is a good time to get into some of the questions we got sent in today, which is crazy. So we use this app now that lets people send us their questions anonymously, so we have no idea who it is. And it's so funny because before, like, we would get like one or two questions here and there, a confession here and there. And ever since we started
Yeah.
using this, like today, we got like 20 questions. So
Oh God.
we're gonna go through some of them. I think you'll figure out who some of the people are, but some of these questions are pretty good. Let me pull it up real quick.
One of my friends was like, "I asked you a question, and you already know exactly who which one it is." I'm like, don't be asking something stupid.
I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to guess who some of these people are. Let me just.
I thought it would tell you who it was, and I'm like, "Oh fuck."
No, it's completely anonymous. Like we went this way because we noticed, some people
Don't
like
want, yeah, they don't want to know.
they don't really want them to know. So I mean, that's why we started using this, and it's been awesome. It's gotten a lot of interaction and stuff. So okay, first question. I think we've covered some of this, but how has your life changed since the last podcast?
Oh, oh shit. When was our last podcast? Was it 2022, 2021?
I believe it was 2022.
I was finally able to say bye to my mama. I didn't want to leave. It took me a while to ever leave. I was the last one of her kids to leave the house. That was hard. That changed everything. Honestly, like we were talking about, like that, like fitness journey. Me moving to 45 minutes away from my mom. Got closer to my parents. I feel like me leaving made me closer to my parents and my siblings as well. I feel like now the distance, it makes you miss everybody more.
Yeah.
I feel like I learned a lot more, wrote a lot more, and I guess found myself a little bit more being more alone. You start writing, and even in the music that I have now, it's just like a whole jump of like from what I used to talk back then. I feel like back then I only had the same topic to talk over and over again. Then now I'm like into like deeper shit because I feel like you growing, you start really thinking. I was like, oh shit, you know what, this thing that happened to me 2 years ago, I'm not over it, and I'll have to really talk about it now to move on from it. But I feel like everything, I don't feel like I'm the same person I was when when we first did the show. In better ways, I guess you can say. Everything. New car. It's just,
That's
but
Supra, man. How do you like that Supra?
It's a GR86.
Oh, it's GR8.
I went in there for a Supra. I went in there for a Supra, and they didn't have the one I wanted. Fucking Toyota always sells. They don't fucking order. And I went in there, and then I was like, you know what? Okay, I want the orange GR86. It was like a limited edition one. They're like, okay, well, we can't order anymore. And I'm like, oh my god. So I got pissed off, and I was leaving, and I was like, hey, what about back there? Because they have cars in the back that they haven't put out. And I saw this like fucking hunter green with gold rims GR86, and that's my favorite colors, like green. And it was just like I saw it because it was made for me, and they were like, "Oh well, we actually don't even have an offer on yet because it's not even out yet." Okay, well, I want it, and I took it home. So I love it. I'm thinking about I want to grow, and have kids, and that no one fits in that car. So it's literally like a 2-seater, and they have like 2 seats in the back, but no one fucking fits. Like not even a baby.
It's too small.
So
Yeah,
it's fucking small. So, and I have my friends going with me all the time, and we can't carpool. So it was good for the moment, but sadly, I feel like soon I'm gonna have to like get something bigger.
Damn.
But I do love it. Yeah.
It's a beautiful car, man.
Yeah, I love it.
When I saw it, I was like, "Damn, that's such a nice ass car."
I love going to drive-throughs and I like your car. Thank you.
That's the best compliment, right? That's awesome, man. I'm glad you're doing good in life, and congratulations on moving out. I as well. I moved out last year. Got married, so I'm
awesome.
I'm on a similar path as you, just a different route.
We're moving together.
All right, next question. It said, would you ever come out with the whole Spanish EP? Ooh,
yes, I am actually. Can you see it? No, you can't see the back, but in the back, so right here, it's actually split. I have 2 projects, 2 albums actually coming out. So I have a Spanish one over here, and I have my English one over here. So I marked down every single song I complete and done. So the Spanish album, I just have a couple to re-record, but yeah, I have the Spanish album, which is called Niño, and then I have my English album, which is I Can't Afford Therapy. So they're gonna come out in similar time.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
I'm really excited for that.
Dude, I'm excited for that. What kind of genres are in the Spanish EP?
It's way more party music and the Spanish one.
Okay.
A lot of songs are very similar to like Omofumo, so a lot of like trap reggaeton.
Okay.
But I both for both albums, I want to give it a touch of like the music I grew up as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Since that's always my brand is always using like kid stuff. So I do have like slow, like pop music, or I have
Mm-hmm.
one specific cover that I want to do, but everything else is very like pop, rock, and reggaeton. That's pretty
Okay.
much what it is. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm
So
ecstasy music on both.
there we
So
go. Awesome. So I got a question for you. Are you going to the Rebelde concert
hell
this
yeah, of
upcoming
course.
weekend? Yeah.
Course. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I have a whole
Nice.
It's crazy because I mean I've been begging for them to come back for years,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a whole Rebelde party for my birthday party this last December, and
Mm-hmm.
literally the next day or like 2 days later, the whole secret of we're coming on tour came out, and I was like, what the fuck? It was like I called
Yeah.
it like a whole party for it. And I was like, man, I should have done that this year then, but it was like perfect timing. I was so fucking happy.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah. And are you gonna dress up for it or
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. I'm
yeah,
working on my outfit because I
nice.
wanna make it a little bit. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but yeah,
Hmm.
hopefully. I don't want to do the same shit I did for my birthday.
Gotcha. Nice. Yeah, my wife's going to it as well. That's why I was like,
You're
oh,
not
maybe
going?
soon. No, I'm so look,
I don't want to
my
hear it
wife
then. I don't.
my wife got me into Rebelde, but I'm not that big of a Rebelde fan. Like I like their songs, but I didn't grow up with it. Let me put it that way. I didn't grow up with it. I understand it. I understand why
You from
people like it.
California? They're huge in California.
I know. I didn't grow up with it, dude. I was in
Just
my
go
own
sit
little
down with
world.
Yaritza, bro. Go sit down with Yaritza.
I deserve that
Go
one,
sit.
man.
Cancel, bro. That's cool.
But yeah, so my wife's going out to. You guys are performing this weekend as well, right?
I am. Are you going? No. You didn't go to the
I
last one either. It's time.
think that's the last one. I'm gonna try to make it to this one.
It's a brewery. You love beer. You tell me you like beer, don't
I do
you?
love
Was it
beer.
kind of?
Yep,
Was you?
yep,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can make it out there. If not, I'm for sure gonna be looking out for the next performances.
Yeah.
I am. I gotta come catch on their shows, man. I've been meaning to catch a lot of shows. I just life's been busy as of late, you know. So, but I'm definitely gonna try to make it out there. Okay, next question: who inspires you to write music?
Like my favorite songwriter, or what in life inspires me to write music? That's
Oh,
a
that's a loaded question.
yeah. I'm like I mean I guess what inspires me. I guess things that are in mind, but I can't talk about. I'd rather sing them.
Hmm.
They're easier to write and sing them than actually have a sit down conversation of like, yo, this is what I'm going through.
Hmm.
And I feel like everyone needs therapy, and some people just don't have time for therapy,
Hmm.
and that is mine. And in regards to, I guess, who is like, I have a lot of like songwriters that I'm like, yo, Charlie Puth. I don't think people understand
Hmm.
how good a fucking songwriter that man is. Russ, Bozzy,
Hmm.
these men just know what the fuck to fucking say, like, or like to make you fucking think like, yo, like I wish I would have written that shit. So
Yeah.
I do. It bothers me so much when I'm listening to a song, or because I have a friend, one of my best friends. We have this notes, a sharing notes thing on our phone that is
Hmm.
called New Music Friday, and I'm very into every Thursday at 11 p.m. here.
Hmm.
Every new song that's for Friday comes out on Spotify.
Hmm.
So I literally write down every single song of every artist that released song that Friday on that notes, and we rate them one by one of like every artist. So
Oh
there's no fucking
damn.
artist that's released a single that I have not heard at least once. So we rate them and we write what we think about them.
Hmm.
And it bothers me when I'm in a car with someone, I'm listening to a song, and I'm like, "Whoa, did you hear that?" We're like, "What?" Like what they said, and they're like, "I'm not listening to the lyrics. I'm listening to the beat." That's like one of my biggest pet peeves. I'm like, "So you don't listen to the fucking words?"
Right.
Like I guess, like if I'm a songwriter, that's or an artist. That's the first thing you hear, and that's how
Hmm.
I like music. I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking real." And sometimes the
Hmm.
beats are very important too, like the melodies and stuff, but if you're not listening to the words, I'm like, we just can't be friends. Like that, I don't
Yeah.
understand. We cannot ride on a road trip together because we're listening to some real shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel you on that one. I'm always listen to lyrics first, then listen to the beat. You know.
Or together at least, but
Yeah. Well, I like to like listen to one thing, take it in, and then listen to the
yeah, and
beat
then the
and take it
next,
in,
yeah,
and then listen to it all together. I'm like, oh, okay, like,
okay,
yeah,
next. I don't like
yeah,
this one.
yeah. Okay. So someone asked, are you going to start back on doing performances again? And
Yes. Right now, it took me a while to. I said yes to Corey on this one because I'm always down to
Mm-hmm.
perform, and I was missing performing, so I'm glad that he did this one because I was supposed to have this whole show for the Brutal Nostalgia one, but I just
Mm-hmm.
wasn't feeling it. I needed as an artist, I swear, whatever song you release, like the last song I released, you're just over that fucking song because you've heard it so much, and then once you
Mm-hmm.
release it, you're done with it. You want to go on to the next. That I have so much stuff right now that I don't want to perform anymore. I'm so sick of
Gotcha.
performing the same shit over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to do performances with it because I wouldn't be all in it. So for this show with Corey, I'm performing three of like half of the songs that I've already released, but everything else hasn't even been released yet. So I'm really excited for
Oh,
it.
dope.
Because even though I just like if I'm gonna get on the stage, I don't wanna perform any of the old shit anymore. The only
Mm-hmm.
things that I'm performing that are old are Umo Fumo with Jefferson that I'm bringing up, and I'm bringing up Odalisa, and we're doing
Okay.
Volver, and then this song that hasn't come out yet called La Limpia, which I'm so excited for. It's fucking funny.
Nice.
So we're doing that and ending the show with it, but everything else is just new, like the rock and ecstasy music that I'm kind
Uh-huh.
of scared to perform because I don't know how people are gonna react to me like over here talking. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm having a release party for I Can't Afford Therapy. Hopefully that shit's done soon. As soon as the
Mm-hmm.
the little short that we're doing is finished, I'm releasing it,
Uh-huh.
and I want to preview it and hopefully have a whole show for it, and
Okay.
that'll be like the next one. After that, we'll just continue from there.
Okay, dude, hit me up. And let me know when you're gonna have that release party.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I'll
I'm,
make sure I'm out there. I'll make sure I take out the whole crew.
yeah. You'll be
Now I'll make sure you let me know like 2 weeks in advance. I'll be there. I
for sure. I'll
promise.
let you know for sure.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is you said La Limpia and I can see it on your board in the
Oh yeah,
back.
isn't it? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
here. Oh
like
my
as you
god,
said it, it focused. Yeah, I can read it.
I'm so excited for that one. We're everything's written, everything. I
Hmm.
mean, you as a Latino, you know what una limpia is, right? Like
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
egg.
with the egg.
That's literally
Yeah.
what it's about, bro. We have a friend that the way this song came to be. She's so into that. Me as a
Mhm.
Latino, for my mom, you cannot talk about that because for her that's
Mhm.
like witchery. Um, so we're not allowed to do that. But I have a friend that was always make fun of her for it because she's so into like all that stuff. And I was just thinking about it, and this beat came on that I had asked for, and I was just like playing with it, and it had this little sound that sounded like you were cleaning a window, and
Uh-huh.
it just sounded like a limpia, and I was like, oh shit! And then I added Lisa to it, and I added this
Uh-huh.
artist JP Music, so it's fuck talented as
Dope.
fuck. And it's a very like reggaeton, like whatever, like
Ooh.
perreo song, and
Uh-huh.
I'm so it's
But
funny, it's so stupid. The words are so stupid, but it's fine. You know what song is it
that's
nowadays?
a
But
fun
I'm really
song.
excited for it.
Yeah.
The video is so good too.
That's awesome, man. That sounds like a lot of fun. And we're gonna have to get all Lisa on here sooner than
Oh yeah,
later.
she would love to. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I have her on my list. Like I have a whole list of like everyone we've reached out to and everyone that said yes. So I'm just trying to book them as we go. You know.
Yes, whenever you bring Lisa, put me on three way so I can mess with her.
Okay, we will. All right. Next question. It says, I know Gammy wanted to pursue acting. Will he continue to also go down that path in a career?
I'm gonna tell you this really sad story. I was talking about it a few days ago. I was doing a lot of auditions because I was into it for a while, and then I just lost my confidence for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And like right now, I'm doing this short because I finally feel like I want to do it, and I really do love acting, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like every musician has the ability to act, and everybody knows I can be a little dramatic. And I started sending auditions. I used to have a manager back in the day for acting when I used to go to showcases in California,
Mm-hmm.
and she started sending me scripts again, and I slowly started sending them off. And I auditioned for this role that was going to be in Laredo. I think that's where it was going to be filmed, and the
Mm-hmm.
story was really cool, and it had a really good actor that I like that was on my block. I'm not gonna say
Mm-hmm.
who because, but one of them was the main actor from on my block, and I auditioned to be one of the guys there, and then I got the part,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then they shut down the whole fucking
Oh
production because of the
no.
strike. I don't know
Uh-huh.
if you heard about the whole strike that's going
Yeah.
on, and they're not funding it anymore. So the company that was funding it, they sent me this whole email. They're like, "Oh, by the way, we haven't reached out to you. You got the part,
Mm-hmm.
but I was like, you should just not email me at all.
Yeah.
I would have rather known that I didn't get the part than like
Uh-huh.
it was good to know that I was like, oh shit, I actually got it. But
Uh-huh.
it kind of sucked. It was like they fucking like put you up here and you're like, oh,
Do
like
you,
yeah, we had to stop production because of the whole
you
strike.
know what's crazy is I'm also trying to dabble with like comedic acting and stuff right now.
Yeah.
And I booked an audition. I did the audition, did everything. Everything went great. Got chosen.
Oh, nice.
And a week before I was set to fly out there, they sent me an email saying, "Hey, the strike." And I was like, "Fuck, my first show."
I support everyone that's doing the whole strike because I really don't understand much of it because I wasn't so into it. So there's the big parts that I didn't understand and had to read into. But you're killing it for these people we never been in a fucking like
right. We're just trying to get a little piece somewhere.
Yeah. So that would have it sucks. Hopefully they pick it back up. But the whole thing was that the production that was funding the whole I think it was a series for what I understood. They're not funding anymore because of the strike and it shut down. So they didn't even say we'll let you know if it picks up. They just said it got shut down. So I was like, oh, the script was so good too. They don't send you the script, but yeah.
Well, like just the part that you're gonna audition. That's what they said.
Yeah, they sent me a couple pages and I had to choose what they called me randomly. I had to learn it and then we had we had like 3 auditions. But it was really cool.
That's awesome, dude. I feel your pain though, because I was so excited, man. I was telling my wife, I called my brother. I was like, dude, I'm gonna fly out there. Like, this is gonna be dope.
And he called them. I'm just kidding. This happened.
I was like, oh, have you heard about the strike?
Yeah, I'm glad that they told me and broke it down at the same time because I would have hated to have to call my mom and call my brother and then me having to call them again saying I'm just kidding. So I'm like, at least I can tell you, hey, I got it.
Yeah, no, they told me like a week before I was set to fly out, man. I was so upset for like 2 weeks. I was like, man, I can't believe this happened. But like you said, everything happens for a reason, right? Maybe the timing wasn't right. Maybe I wasn't ready for it. Yep.
Yeah.
But acting's hard, dude. I understand why you get derailed from it. Doing auditions it's not fun.
It's
getting
sucks.
the rejection sucks.
Yeah. I feel like I just don't tell me, just don't contact me. But don't contact me at all. But it's to put the time in because you have to really learn the words and then film and then send it and sometimes you don't have time, and it sucks because you really want to put your time into it, but it's a lot of time, a lot of learning, and it's a lot. Especially when you have like music to do and then your actual job and then you have to go learn the script. I have like 3 scripts I have to learn, but I'm like, what the fuck am I learning for? So I get the part and not do it. Like I'm gonna wait till it's over.
Yeah, no, that sucks. But I feel your pain there. All right, let's go into the next question. Yeah. At least you didn't call nobody, right? Like I had to make that call. I had to call my brother. Hey, there's this thing called a strike.
Make the call just to let you know I got the part.
All right, next one. They asked, "What's your biggest insecurity?"
Oof, one.
Just one, just the biggest one.
What do you want to ask me that? I guess my big insecurity. I think it's my hairline. I hate my fucking hairline. So I'm always blonde and stuff, or doing curly hair, or doing these hairstyles. But I always fucking wear a hat, so no one can fucking see it. But in my selfies, because I am insecure about it. But it's my fault. It's not even genetics because my family doesn't even have fucked up hairlines. But I used to bleach my hair so much that at the beginning I didn't even know it wasn't supposed to burn, and I let it burn for a while. And then my hairdresser was like, "Let me know when it's burning." I was like, "Well, it's been burning for like a whole 30 minutes." And then she was like, "Oh no!" And then my whole hair fell off and never grew back.
Oh shit!
So
the top right here.
Yeah, so from like here, like who can see it, but I can see it, and it bothers me so much.
You can't really tell though.
You can tell. You can tell if I tell you. First, you're gonna be like,
"All right," I'm gonna be like, "Hold on, let me pause that real quick."
That's probably my thing. And my fucking thighs. You can work out so much. In my family, we have big thighs, and my thighs never go down. God, I hate it. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me about my insecurities, y'all.
Someone's trying to get you to write another song. That's what it was. All right, here's another one. Someone asked, "What happened between you and Chelsea Avina?" Now, if it's messy, we don't have to answer. We can skip. You're free to skip.
People are fucking messy for real. No, yeah, we just we have different.
Different
I
point of
guess
views.
no, I guess we just have different paths in life. I mean, whatever she does, and
Mm-hmm.
like I said, one thing I always say about friends, whether we grow apart or stay together, if I loved you once, I'll love you forever.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever she does, I wish her the best and everything success. And she, she's pregnant now, so she posted that her pregnancy. So she's that's a whole blessing, and I wish her the best on that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
I wish her the best.
You could have skipped. If at any point you get a question you don't want to answer, you can skip, man.
I hate people for real.
Some people are messy. See, you make one song about being messy, and now everyone's trying to like
Everyone's
pull the
messy.
dirt out. Here's another one that's a little bit messy. They asked, "Have you had any cosmetic procedures?"
These people,
Oh,
yes.
the truth comes out.
Yes, I have. Yeah, I did. A couple. I made TikToks about that too. So I was like, before y'all come for me, I'm gonna come for myself. Um, yeah, like I said, I'd have a couple, but I used to
Mhm,
be. I didn't see people want to say that I took the easy route, and I did not. So I used to
mhm,
be really big. I got to the point where I was like almost 400 pounds. We talked about this last time, and
mhm,
so whenever you lose so much weight, you have a lot of loose skin, and
mhm,
people don't understand that you have to go through the whole tummy tuck thing, and so I had to do that. That was the first one I got, and I was so happy to get it too because that was my highest insecurity is because I was smaller than what I was now, but it was not healthy. But I
mhm,
had so much loose skin because
mhm,
you lost so much weight, and especially if you lose it the unhealthy way, which I did at first when I was younger. Um, it was everything that you wear, you would have to like put your pants up because your loose skin, and I got that removed when I was like 21, and that was my first one. I was very happy, and after that, once you get one thing, you just want to get more, and then
mhm.
I got a lipo when I didn't even need it, and then I used to do my lips back then, but I stopped because that shit was very fucking painful, so I just rather have
Mhm.
none. I did my nose when I was 18.
Did you?
That was the first thing. I forgot about that. That was my
Uh-huh.
first thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really like if I didn't get anything. If I got it, I'm gonna fucking let you know because I paid for that shit and it hurt.
Yeah, dude. How do those lip fillers
Oh my
feel?
god!
That looks painful.
When I tell people, and that's on my TikTok, so I think I have a video of that. I'd rather do 3 lipos and 4 tummy tucks than do my fucking lips. The
Damn, it was that
biggest,
bad.
that's a huge pain. I did it a couple times. I used to do it all the time because I had no lips back then. I feel like once you do it a couple times, you have a little bit more after.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really fucking painful, and it's not just like one and go, one and go. It's just like they keep going and they go and they end, and it hurts every fucking
Ooh.
time. And they numb your lips, but it still hurts like shit. And then
Mm-hmm.
my first time, my mom, she does cosmetic things too, and I'm over here in pain, and she's like recording me like this with her fucking camera on my face. I'm like, "Oh." But it hurt really bad. After the first time, it took a lot of me to go back, but I just stopped
Mhm.
because I can't do it.
No, that's crazy. I've always wondered that, like the pain in that, because I mean
Yeah.
the lips are very sensitive
Y'all
spot.
have no idea how blessed you guys are to have lips because fuck, bro, it hurts so bad. So I'm never
Uh,
doing it again. Maybe in the future when they invent something that's not painful, I'll do
Not painful.
it.
Makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
since we're being messy already, someone asked what is messy about.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Messi's about a lot of it has to do around COVID time.
Hmm.
It was when we're young and we didn't know what I guess what we wanted, who we wanted, and what we were, and about experimenting and just going out and getting fucked up with your friends and getting home to get in trouble. It's just like that era
Hmm.
of really going out. For me, I wasn't allowed to go out a lot, because
Hmm.
my parents were very strict. So once I got like the first time that I went out, it's just like I went on a spiral where I drank a lot and I just wanted to be out all the time, and I would get home and I would get in trouble, and I just wouldn't care because I wanted to be out,
Hmm.
which is very unhealthy. By the time you're young and you're doing dumb shit and you fall in love with people, and the next day you fall in love with someone else and they fuck you over. It's that
Hmm.
time that it's just like it goes
It's a
by
fun
so
roller
fast.
coaster.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster and it goes by so fast that you remember you're like, shit, I did so much and it was like a year.
Hmm.
So it's about that time that all that spiral that you go through to it's very messy. That era of your life is very fucking messy. But I feel like I wouldn't change it. I did get hurt a lot, during time. You lose friendships, you lose friends. And I feel like whenever you're going through like drinking phase when you're young, you make so many friends, and like you think now that like shit, where are those people? So
Yo,
it's just
for
about
real.
really losing yourself and getting in these relationships that didn't last and drinking and for no reason, and it's fine. That's what it was about. It's just about being messy during that part of your life that makes you really who you are at the end of the day.
Yeah. Oh,
Everybody
dude.
has a phase.
That's a fun phase though. Until you look
Yeah,
back at it,
honestly,
you're like,
yeah.
oh, what did I do?
If I could go back and do it, I would do it all over again.
Uh-huh.
Probably with more, eyes wide open, because a lot of shit I'm like, oh my god, like how the fuck did I survive? But like COVID times, like I mean, at the time that was like at the end of my phase, because obviously it was way before that it started. But I was like, we were flying out to like Cancun and just don't do it, kids. But we're like doing like Mali and Cancun and all this stuff, and I'm just like, yo, like that's fucking dangerous, because we didn't know
Yeah.
people. It's
Yeah.
Mexico. I was like, now I'm just like, oh my god, and I love I go a lot. Cancun is my favorite place to go to.
Was it?
But I was young and imagine me, my homegirls. They till this day when they go out and they dress up, there's barely anything on their fucking skins. So over there, it's like guys see all these girls that look great and don't have any clothes on, and then one guy with all these girls, and in my mind now I'm like, anybody could have just fucking kidnapped us and go, because we're partying with strangers, and honestly, it's like shit that I'm just like I wouldn't want my kids to do, but I mean I'm glad I did them, because those were the best times of my life.
Yeah. Oh,
It was
for
fucking
sure, man. I
yeah.
was like, so when I started this podcast was in the midst of that phase of my life. And it was me and my friend Dan. That's why it's called the Weekly D, because it was Daniel and Daniel. And that's where the name came from. It was like a innuendo on our names. But man, that was a wild time. We're living together in an apartment in Houston off of Westheimer. And
Okay.
we were making just enough money to pay for the apartment and afford beer for the week. Like there was days where we had no food. Like it was the time I got the skinniest I had ever been in my life, because I was literally just getting calories and nutrients from beer and no food. We were just like partying like crazy, doing horrible things. Right? We were like doing
But it sounds
cocaine.
so fun.
We were doing cocaine 2, 3 in the morning. Going home, recording a podcast. Meeting random strangers at bars, bringing them back to the apartment just to record a podcast. Like that's what the early day Weekly D was, and that's
I
why
remember
like
you all telling me that, yeah.
that's why a lot of the episodes don't exist anymore. Is because
Yeah.
they were really sketchy. Because I mean, some of the episodes, especially like the first and second episode, we were literally on the street, walking around with a microphone and a laptop, just talking to random people that were drunk, and like that was the Weekly D podcast. But we got into a lot of different situations where we were partying with people we didn't know. One time, we met some dude at a bar. He's like, "Oh, come with me. Me and a bunch of my buddies are having a party up north." So we go with him, right?
The north side.
And we go with him. He's a biker, and we're not thinking anything about it, right? We met him at this bar. We've been drinking with him all night. He's bought us drinks. We bought him drinks. He provided the 8 ball at some point. And so we go up there, right? And we get there, and I'm starting to notice that, this bar is a little different than most bars I've been to. All I see is motorcycles outside. I walk in, not a single person of color besides me. And like my friend Dan, he was white. So I was like, I'm starting to look around, getting a little nervous. And for some reason, I finally look at this man's jacket, the man that took us there. And all I see is Banditos Motorcycle Club across the jacket. I look around, literally every single person there was someone from the Banditos Motorcycle Club. And I was so nervous. Like, I had no idea why I was there. Like, I was like, this is where I'm going to die, because I'm going to say something stupid or piss off the wrong person. But no, we had the greatest time of our life. We partied with them. That
Oh
dude came
shit.
back to our apartment to do a podcast at like 5 o'clock in the morning. We were all fucked up. He pulled out like every knife he had on him. This dude had like 16 knives on him, and he broke it down as to what each knife was for. And like it was just like, when I think back about at those times, I'm like, damn, like that was a fucking adventure.
Yeah,
But that
that
could have been it
it.
at any moment. Like there was one time we were at a trap house, and the trap house got raided. Like it's just we were through. We went through some shit, dude. And I look back at it, I still have all the episodes saved on my laptop. I like to listen to them every now and then, just to reminisce like the stupid shit we were doing at the time. But I
Crazy.
feel you, man. Like it was a crazy time. It was a lot of fun
Well,
though. I don't regret it.
it was getting messy. I'm telling you.
It was definitely messy for sure. All right. We got a few more questions. This next one says Chucky or Annabelle?
Chucky. Fuck.
Chucky all the way, right?
Who's Annabelle?
All right.
Bitch can even
The
walk by
rag
herself.
doll? The rag doll?
I do love Annabelle though. The whole Conjuring
Bro,
franchise.
I love the Conjuring franchise. It's one of my favorite. I was a little upset with the Insidious franchise, the way they ended it.
I don't like Insidious is one. It's because I know it's connected, but I don't like Insidious. For me, it was too slow paced from the beginning that I just didn't watch the rest. So I didn't. Yeah, no. But
Oh,
The
no.
Conjuring.
That was it. That was yours.
Have you seen the new trailer for the new Exorcist movie?
Which one? Oh, the new one coming out, right?
With the two girls.
Yeah, that one looks really good with the twins. Twins?
Even
Yeah.
the trailer looks It was fucking like a whole. I was already scared watching the trailer, so I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, I love the Exorcist movies. I love like
the original Exorcist is on this one. That's fucking iconic.
Yeah, that's so crazy. No, it's gonna be great. Like I love the Exorcist movies. The Pope's Exorcist was kind of mid. I don't know if you've seen it.
I didn't watch it because it had bad reviews. I was just like, let me not.
You know, it was what's his name, Russell Crowe. I figured the guy from Gladiator, he's probably gonna do a good job, but the writing wasn't good. Just like the last Insidious, dude, the writing was so bad. It was directed beautifully, but the writing was just it wasn't there.
Yeah, if the writing is bad, that's it.
Yeah, it's not like The Conjuring, man. Nothing can beat those Conjuring movies for me.
I don't know. That was like the rebirth of horror for me, because for me horror was dead for a while, and then The Conjuring came out, and that shit scared the fuck out of me. Like the first one with the fucks. Oh my god.
Oh my god! And that just reminded me. So this year's Hollywood Horror Nights is Mexican folklore.
Oh,
so
shit.
They have La Llorona, La Chupacabra. Yeah, all that stuff.
Oh,
that's their theme this year.
Yeah, that's in California, right?
In California and in Florida.
I might go to that.
Yeah. I don't know why that clicked, but it just it reminded me right now. All right, next question. They asked, "What's your biggest fear?"
My biggest fear. Oh, I have a lot, but why would I tell you my fucking fears?
Right, but people are gonna expose them next time.
Even though I love horror movies, I would never watch them alone. I've had so many paranormal experiences that to this day I just don't want any, and I don't like ghosts, and I love hearing ghost stories at night and being scared only because I know I don't sleep alone, or live alone. Because if I did, I would not want you to fucking say shit, because I'm a pussy sometimes when it comes to being alone, and I'm scared of loneliness aside from like not like horror, but I don't like to be alone because I overthink, and I just don't like it's not. I guess it is a fear to to die alone or to be alone. That's why I want kids. I'm not afraid of like, you know what I am, because I was gonna say I'm not afraid of snakes and stuff like spiders or roaches, like kill them, whatever. But rats, oh my god! And it's not even the rats itself; it's the tails. Anything that's like gooey or looks like a worm, I can't fucking do it. Like I will fucking faint. Like if and even the rat itself, I'm not scared of the rat. I'm scared of its tail. Like if that shit touches me, it's fucking game over. Like a caterpillar, all of that shit, no, I can't do it.
That's funny. That's a good question though. I don't know. I don't have fears like that. I think my fear is just dying alone, or actually, I don't fear death itself. It's just the lonely part.
Yeah, because I'm not afraid of death. I was. I mean, but then when you get older and you're like, you lose friends, and you're like, you know what? It's gonna come for all of us. If I die before my parents, that's perfectly fine with me. But I'm not really afraid of death. I'm afraid of dying alone for sure.
Yeah.
Without love, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, same.
Loneliness, I guess.
Well, I guess my real true fear is failure, like just failing at life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
But besides that, I don't have that many fears. All right, next question. This one's a pretty good one. What is the situation with Gami and Odalisa? Is it just music?
What else would it be? Lisa, the Lisa's she became like a fucking sister to me, and our friendship came out of nowhere. I met Lisa through my best friend actually. She I guess like just partying
Mm-hmm.
life or whatever. And the fact that no one knows about Lisa, Lisa's really fucking young. Lisa's 21, 22. She's really fucking young, but she's so mature. So I always thought she was older.
Mm-hmm.
We I think we met at Gaucho's at like a dinner party or something,
Gauchos?
and we just clicked, and we never really thought much of it. So we would always just see each other at dinners or like parties because we had similar friends or whatever
Mm-hmm.
trips. But then I don't know how it came to be that we just got together one day ourselves or something, and we just like it's like we were made to find each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like she really needed someone. Most of her family is in República Dominicana in Boston,
Mm-hmm.
and she lives here. She's here with her significant other, and she doesn't have family here, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that, you know, but you know, some people are just happy and you don't realize that they're actually, you know, alone. And I feel like she needed a friend without me knowing. We became really close. And then she
Mm-hmm.
made me realize that I needed a friend too without knowing I needed a friend, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And we just hit it off. And then we're like, oh shit, we both do music. We started making music together and we literally talk every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And just the way she thinks, she just makes you realize that not everybody is a bad person. And she's just a really great person. I always tell people it's like you have no idea how good of a person this woman is. And then I met her
Mm-hmm.
family, and everybody's just way nicer than her, and she's already fucking nice. And the whole family is like, "Who are y'all? Like, what water do y'all drink?" One, they're all
Yeah.
every single one of them is beautiful, and then their personalities are more beautiful. Like, I guess they look more beautiful because they're just beautiful people inside.
Mm-hmm.
But I thank God that I met her, you know, and I
Mm-hmm.
guess we both feel like less alone, and we just click so well, drinking together, and just partying together, and just making music together. It's just yeah, she's one of my
That's
best friends for sure.
awesome.
She's like a sister.
That's really cool. I'm happy for y'all that y'all found each other.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
really cool. Okay, next question. Is there a collaboration with JP Music happening?
We
Yeah,
actually talked about it. Watch him be the one commenting that himself.
it probably was.
Dude, like yeah. But we have a lot of stuff happening with him that we're not ready to we'll talk about yet because people are going to be really excited for that. But
Hmm.
we have a lot of projects coming up other than music. But yeah, we do. It's really exciting. He's so talented too. You should really have him here. He will make you guys laugh.
Yeah.
He's a really
Yeah, we'll reach out to him for sure. All right, next question. If you're on a boat in the middle of the ocean and you see two people on the side on the floaty that need help, but you only have enough space on the boat to save one person, okay? Who are you saving? You look to your right, you see Beyonce. You look to your left, you see Britney Spears. Who are you saving and who are you letting drown?
Listen, y'all. My girl Brittany's been through it already. Okay, listen. I'm not gonna let her get eaten anymore by fucking sharks. Okay, I'm putting that girl in a fucking boat. Okay, Beyonce made her money. Her kids are taken care of. I'm picking this bitch up and putting her in my boat. Beyonce can. Houston is not that far away.
She could call Jay Z, right?
She can call Jay Z or call her daddy with all that money because my girl Brittany needs family. I'm saving
There
fucking
you
Brittany for sure.
go.
That was a good one.
I like that answer.
That bitch didn't throw. I can't do that to her.
All right, next one. Did Mary's story inspire you for Tu y yo, el amor de acabo?
She's so stupid, for real. I have this friend. Her name is Mary. Clearly, she
Uh-huh.
swears I wrote this song about her relationship, and I really didn't. She swears I did that. Oh, maybe it was inspired.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if you heard. It's a very it's a Mexican song I released this year. With Iris and Luis. Love it, by
Mm-hmm.
the way. That song did really good. Back from well, my family's from. I still claim it, but in Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
um, people were so surprised because my dad's a musician, and you know they do norteña music and stuff, and everybody over there, if you don't sing Mexican music, you just can't sing.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever they heard it, they were asking like did I just write it or am I singing it? You know, because they were surprised that I could sing or in the song. And that's when my dad has a group chat on WhatsApp with all these musicians from like Los Huracanes del Norte and stuff, like these bigger people. And they would always ask my dad why his other kids don't sing, but the others, they meant me and my sister, because he claims my brother as a musician more because my brother sings and plays the music he plays. Okay. And everybody loves what he does. And he would always say, oh, he does, but it's other type of music. And they would always say, oh, because my sister has the best voice out of all of us. That girl can sing her ass off, but she's not into their music either, you know. And then one of my uncles, who's like, he's more of a producer, he has his bands too, he's on that chat too. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, your son does sing, because he follows my music. And then he sent them this lyric video from YouTube of that song to that whole group. And then everybody's like, yo, like, who wrote this? And they wanted me to write music for them and stuff. And I didn't know about this, but I went over to my mom, so she was telling me. And then my dad out of nowhere came and he's like, hey, I want to do a song with you and whatever, but you write it. And I'm like, you've never in your whole life ever asked me to sing with you or write with you. And I'm just like really confused. And my mom's like, dile por qué, you know, tell him why, you know. And they tell me the story, and I'm like, oh, so now you want to work with me because your little friends say that I can sing and do this. You say I'll sing. So that it might happen, but right now I'm being petty and I don't want to. No, I mean, maybe it was inspired by her, to go back to the question. But sometimes you just don't know what to write about, because at that time, you know, I was still very in love, and so the song is talking about not being in love and the shit being over. So I mean, it wasn't my case, but she was always around me and talking about her relationship being over. Yes, they connected, and she swears only because I said it as a joke once, but maybe, who knows? I don't know. I'm not gonna answer.
That's pretty funny. That's awesome that you had the power at that moment. You're like, oh, now you want to do it. I love that, man. I love that so much. My dad was the same way. Me growing up, I was a diesel mechanic for a very long time. I don't do it anymore. But my dad used to never want to build projects with me and this and that. And then I built this badass truck. It was a Ford F-250, like old school. It was like from '79. And I pretty much grabbed the old engine, threw it out, and put a big old diesel engine in it, like painted it, did everything. And his buddy saw it and bought it off of me. And then, like, the next time my dad had a build, he's like, "Oh, you want to help me with this? You want to do this? You want to do that?"
That's so fake, bro.
I was like, bro.
Now they want to.
Yeah. I was like, man, right? I was like, maybe next time.
Only because I need clothes.
Right? Oh man. Hey, we got the last couple questions, okay? All right. Next question is, what's your favorite day of the week?
See, my favorite day of the week is Sunday. If I was rich and had more money than what I do, Sunday would definitely be like the it day, Sunday fun day. I'll be drinking all day, coming home Monday knowing I don't have to work. But since I am not in that position, my favorite fucking day is Friday, because, you know, that's the day they're like, okay, fuck, finally the weekend. But Sundays are so fun, you know? It's like anywhere you go, it's like people are starting to drink from 10 a.m. and they're just having fun. Like Sunday fun day for me is like heaven. But I don't do Sunday fun days because I work. Right. And these unemployed people are over here drinking all fucking night, and it pisses me off. But yeah, I love Sundays. But since I don't work, it's Fridays. Fridays are my favorite days.
Fridays, yeah. Mine are Saturdays. I love me a good Saturday. Even though I work like half the day on the Saturday, I still love me a good Saturday afternoon. But Fridays are good. Fridays to me means go to the liquor store, go buy some beers, a couple bottles. Yep. And then regret the next morning because I gotta wake up early.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but they're still a good time. Okay, next question was, just lost it. That was the second to last question. Oh, someone asked, money or fame?
Money. For sure. Right? You can be famous and poor, and I was like, I'm trying to feed my future kids.
Right. I just don't want that much attention, right? I want a little bit of attention, but
yeah,
I don't want Tom Cruise fame.
You know who I was talking to a friend of mine 21 Pilots and Melanie Martinez. Those two people are the kind of people that everybody knows, but nobody fucking sees and nobody talks about in drama because they do an album, they go on tour, and they go home for 4 years. They don't. You don't see them on red carpets. You don't. You know, they're living a fucking peaceful ass life, rich as fuck. They come back 4 years later to make more money with that one album that everybody's waiting for. Go on tour, boom, leave home, and they don't do the spotlight, you know, because they want the money, you know. That's awesome.
Right. I think that sounds like the best way to go. Like Tom Cruise, that's cool. He's in all the action movies. Everyone knows him, but it does not seem like fun walking out the door and you got a million cameras on you.
Yeah.
Right.
True. I mean, I wouldn't mind being, like, you know, that Britney Spears famous back in 2007. Get the fuck off me, you know. That'd be fun for like.
Just don't shave your head again.
Hey, bro, it goes faster than me. That's one of the biggest conspiracy theories of all, you know, because nobody really knows why she did it. Because you know how everybody says, "Oh, she lost it and she shaved her head," but that's not really the real story. So that kind of gets you thinking, you know, because she had court in like the next day and they were gonna drug test her. So it was kid or hair. So you know, she shaved up her hair because she was gonna lose the drug test.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people were like, "Oh, she went crazy." Yeah. So that's
I didn't know that.
Exactly. You know, people were like, "Oh, she went crazy and she shaved her head." No, she wasn't crazy. But she was like, "Wait, I did weed, and the next day they're gonna drug test me for my kids. Fuck no, I'm gonna shave off my hair.
Holy
Fuck
shit!
Yeah, you know, I would do that too." So,
bro, that was genius. I didn't know that.
So, a lot of people don't know that. They just say she went crazy and she shaved her hair. No, she had a drug test the next day.
Bro, that was smart.
Yeah,
she should have done her eyebrows too, though.
Yeah, because they were gonna. Yeah, because they told her that she was gonna have a from hair, so they were like, "Do." Yeah, so I was like, well, you can't do it now.
Right? Damn, that was smart.
I'd do that shit too if I was gonna lose my fucking kids.
Right? I'm shaving everything off.
Yeah, so it wasn't as crazy as people think, but people really, you know, because if you think about it, you know how many celebrities did everything she did, but they're okay, they're cool. Like Doja Cat shaved off her hair and eyebrows. Oh, she's different. But Britney did it, and fucking Demi Lovato. That woman's done so much shit that Britney did, but Britney was crazy. Oh, Demi's a warrior. You know, it's like
she's a drug addict. Yeah.
You know, she did so much shit that it's allowed nowadays. But back then, they broke that woman down.
Bro, the media coverage on Britney too back then was crazy. Oh, like for every single thing she did, there was a camera there.
Celebrities have it easy nowadays, and they don't realize that woman paved the ways for them.
Yeah. You ain't lying, bro.
Chris Brown too. Poor man.
Poor Chris Brown, man. He's still trying to recover from that.
I love Chris Brown to this. I don't care when anybody says I'm listening to Chris Brown. Every fucking album he drops, I'm there.
His music's great. Like you can't take it away from him. He has great music.
Yeah. Dancer, rapper, singer, everything, bro. He's so fucking talented.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's crazy how they tried to blacklist him too.
It's Chris Brown. It's a big name. His name will make money. It don't matter.
Right. Yeah.
You can tell he's making music because he loves it because he really doesn't have to anymore. So.
Yeah, I love that too. Like, it's one of the things I love about Snoop Dogg. Right? He's so rich and famous. He's doing all these things, but he still makes music just because he loves to make music and just fuck around with different sounds.
Yeah, he's like that uncle that everybody would love to have. I just want to meet him. I want to smoke a blunt with him before I die. Yeah. Like, that'd be funny, bro. Oh my god.
Same. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Well, Gammy, this was a lot of fun. We're pretty much at the end of the interview. It went really quick, dude. I had a great time with you. This was lots of fun. Thank you for coming on again. It's always a pleasure to have you on, and we're definitely going to have to do this again. Hopefully next time we'll actually have the people in place to do it in person.
Third time's a charm.
We're going to make it happen. But at this point, the show's yours. Go ahead and plug in all your stuff. Let the people know where to find you. Let them know about your shows, your albums. It's your time to shine.
Yeah, so all my social media is the same. TikTok, Twitter. I don't have Facebook. That's for my tias. And Instagram, everything. YouTube is Gammy Gons. I do have 2 albums dropping this year. I do have an English album with a short film and a Spanish album. That'll be out before the end of the year. And I do have a release party going on for the film, but that's only for friends and people that I work with. And then I'm gonna have a show right after that. So I'm very excited. And I'm gonna keep you guys updated for that coming up. And I do have a show this Saturday that Daniel's not going to, but you should go.
Y'all should go. No, I'll try to go. I'm not gonna make promises just because I had something planned earlier in the day, but
Nice.
I'll try to go. But for sure, let me know your album release party. I will be
For
there,
sure. I'll
and I
let you
will
know.
make sure I find you and to let you know I'm there.
I'll let you know for sure.
No, but it's all love, bro. Again, it's always a pleasure to have you on. Keep us
Thank
linked
you.
up. That way we can share your music, share your shows and everything that's coming up. You know, you're part of our family now, and we love to share and
Likewise,
put on
bro.
for everybody that shows us love as well. I'm gonna send you a new shirt too. Actually, let me know when the album release party is. I'll hook you up
I'm
with
gonna
some new
send you one.
shirts.
We're gonna trade shirts. We're gonna trade
Okay,
shirts.
okay, we'll do like their jerseys, right? Like the soccer
For
players.
sure. Fine.
For real, man. But we'll do that. We'll definitely link up again. Thank you again for coming on.
No, thank you for having me.
It was a lot of fun, and thank you to all the listeners for listening to the show. If you like what you heard, give us a thumbs up, 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can watch all the videos. Follow Gammy Gons, show him some love, run up the streams on his music. We'll be on the lookout for that new album. This has been the Weekly D Podcast. I'm Danny G. That's Gammy Gons. And remember, if you can't get it daily, get it weekly. Peace.